Hey everybody, this is my third entry in the March of Nations competition for the Tier 7 UK competition. Now again, it's Corellia, and again it's another assault. So hang on, you may have seen a similar game in the previous video. That's right. This time I am top tier. And you'll see the lineup, and they've got some dangerous tanks, E25. But they've got a TOG 2. We all love those TOG 2s. I'll be looking out for that TOG 2. He's got a big fat slab of hit points that I want to take some of. Now I'm going to go into exactly the same position I did in the previous game. Now I don't always go to this position, and I did have some some assault games on Corellia in the AT-15A, where I did more damage and went to more aggressive spots, but they were games where I was top tier, and you don't get as much base experience when you're top tier as when you're not top tier. When you shoot tier 8 tanks, you will get more experience, and obviously you don't get tier 9 tanks in the AT-15A. You did a long time ago, but they stopped. When they buffed the tank, they gave the tank preferential matchmaking, so it only sees tier 8s as a maximum. This game, well, it's 5 tier 7s and 10 tier 6s, so it's not the best matchup you can get, but paradoxically, for the March of Nations, I actually wanted 5 tier 8s every game, because it gave me the opportunity to, if I had a good game, to actually get a high base EXP. And obviously, even if you lose the game, if you have a really good game, say you get a Top Gun or high caliber, then you get Courageous Resistance, and you get the same experience you would have got had you won the game. So ideally, every game I was actually wanting to be 5 tier 8s in the game, but unfortunately this game I am top tier. But I managed to get third in my 5 best games from this particular game. It's a map I really love. It is one of the best maps, regardless of whether I'm attacking or defending. In this particular tank, it's a really good map. There's great opportunities to rack up lots of damage. There's cover. There's lots of different avenues you can go. Now, I'm just camping in this game. There's 2 artillery. Is one reason why I don't push out and go for the T-34-85M or the Cromwell, because I know as soon as I do that I will be the focus of the arty shells, and I want to stay alive. Now the KV-85's already experienced that, but where he went, and I'm not playing at all well. Throughout these 2 weeks I had some terrible games, lots of missed shots, and some of the games I had bad lag, but I'm not going to use that excuse. I know where this Leo tank's going to appear, but no, I still don't manage to shoot him and get my gun and point in the right spot. Well, I know he's going to turn up. Now I haven't actually taken any damage, even though playing like a complete wally. That was a hard shot, and it was worth taking. I haven't fired any premium. And I already decided before the game I wasn't going to fire any premium. I didn't need to fire any premium on this particular game. I can go through every tank frontally as well with the 171 pen, just like I did against the T-34-85. I don't need to waste credits. I wasn't concerned about credits. That was a bit unfortunate. Went into his tracks. I'm worried about the Leo, because he'll light me up, and the Cromwell, depending where that Cromwell, if the Cromwell comes to where I'm expecting him to come, I'm potentially going to be in another crossfire situation like I was in the previous video that I showed you. Fortunately, this Leo has just gone right out into the open. I didn't want to turn my tank there. I was hoping he would come back into my line of fire. As soon as you turn the tank, you'll bloom and you've got to start the aiming process again. Picked up my first kill, picked up that T-34-85, and well, while the Tog 2 is shooting at me, he's got the same gun as me. He's got 171 pen, but he's going to have problems penning me from the front. He's below me as well, so my big weak spot below the gun is actually going to be strong enough to hold up against his fire. Now, one thing that's really important in World of Tanks is deciding which target to go for. So I had the opportunity to go for the Tog 2 or the IS. The IS is a much bigger threat, it's got a much bigger alpha gun, and if he penetrates me, I can be taken down. So that's why I originally fired at the IS. But the Tog is such a tempting target, it's so enormous, and he's got no frontal armour, and he's got such enormous hit point, and I just been racking up the damage and assisted damage against that Tog too, because I spotted him. The heavy tank number 6, he's tried to fire gold at me, but he hasn't got good enough penetration even on his gold rounds at that distance to get through me reliably. So I'm not concerned about him. That was an awful shot. Oh dear. That was a bit unlucky, because at least I was aimed, and that ricocheted off. But even though I'm not doing anything against the IS, I'm running food, and I probably wouldn't spot him without the food. 425 view range with the crew that I've got without food goes up to 445 with food. It's so important, your view range. It makes such a massive difference to your stats and whether or not you can 1 or 2 or 3 mark a tank. Now the Japanese heavy tanks decided to fire HE at me and did 31. I mean, well, his gold rounds, he realised he can't pen with his standard. He's having no luck with the gold, and so he fired HE, but 31, well, almost a complete waste of time. Almost up to 2,000 damage, only got 1 kill at the moment. The game's quite finely balanced actually. I'm worried about that Su-122-44, again another Russian tank that's got big alpha, so it can certainly hurt me. But I've got to hug this rock like a good one, because that HD number 6 is going to have his eyes on me, and of course the artillery as well. Get my tracks blown off again, but he's far too exposed there, so he hasn't got the time to pull back. And although he hit me for 408, I've got the opportunity now to rack up, and he can't out-trade me like that. That was a mistake by him. Now the heavy tank number 6, he fired at me but didn't do anything. A bit unlucky not to penetrate that Type 58. Haven't fired any premium, you notice. I'm not always a premium gold spammer. Well, sometimes I am. Sometimes I get so frustrated that I'll just bam it out. But I've lost my gun, and that was one advantage of firing HE at an AT-15A, is you can take the gun out. So I had to repair it. Fortunately, the 90 seconds that I'd taken, well, 90 seconds was almost up before, so I didn't have to wait very long before I brought my gun back into the game. So that, for him, it was almost no advantage whatsoever in firing HE at me. Now, because this is March of Nations, I would just sit back and wait in a normal game. There's no need to attack. I know that if I go after that Type 58, that the artillery will be gunning for me, and so will that Japanese heavy tank. But because I just need to get as much base experience as possible. I don't care if I win the game that much. If I can pick up as much damage, I might get Top Gun. So that would give me courageous resistance anyway. I'm not going to get, not Top Gun, no, high caliber I mean. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to be exposing the tank now to artillery fire and to the heavy tank. I can't stop. That was unlucky, that I ricocheted off him. And yes, the artillery said hello. I get a shot into the Type 58. Unfortunately, I thought I could ram him. I didn't have enough to ram him. I only did 23, so he still 2% left. Fortunately, fired into the rock, so that was fortunate. And I want to pick up the kill, which I do. 12-9. So the game's in the bag. There's only 50 seconds. I just want to do as much damage as I can now. The heavy tank number 6 annoyed me a bit in the game, so it would be nice to finish him off. Hoping he would come round, but he does come round eventually. Get a shot into him, and I finished him off. So I'm up to 2,854 damage. And now the amount of damage wasn't really the reason why this got into my top 5. It was because the amount of assisted damage, 2,408. Those two combined is a good chunk and will give me a pretty reasonable base EXP. We'll look at that at the end. So let's take a quick peek at the end plates. This, remember, was my 3rd best game of the March of Nations competition for the Tier 7 UK line. And again, I picked up an ace tanker and a raft of the usual medals, as well as a high caliber steel wall and cool headed. I was top tier in this game, so that limited the amount of base EXP that I could get. Now, remember, I didn't fight any premium, but I did do a lot of assisted damage, particularly on the TOG, a bit on the heavy tank number 6, and 215 on the SU-12244, and a big chunky 917 on the IS, and that certainly helped get my base EXP up. Come top, 2,854, 1465, a bit lower than some of the later ones you'll see because I was top tier, and so that limited the amount of base EXP I was going to get. Now, I didn't fight any premium, as I said, and I was running food, which cost me 10,000. If you took that off, I'd made 90,000 credits in this game. So that shows you that the AT-15A is a good credit maker, as long as you don't fire a lot of premium ammo. And the problem is that when you're in Tier 8 games and you're faced with a Defender or another tank that's got excellent armour, what can you do? 171 pen, you're just wasting your time firing at them. Anyway, I missed a lot of shots. Terrible. Only half my shots actually went through, and I missed so many as well, 14 misses. Now, and that had no impact on my profitability of the tank because the standard ammo is only 175 credits. Now, while my total EXP was 4836, only 1465 counted for the mission. But it wasn't a bad result, bearing in mind that I was top tier, and so it was always going to limit the amount of base experience that I was going to be able to get in this particular game. Now, I hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, please give the video a like, it really helps, and subscribe to the channel. And do stay tuned and watch my best 2 games on the later videos. Okay, take care, have fun, I'll see you soon on the battlefield, guys. Bye for now.